So, if you've been on the internet for more than 5 seconds, you've probably seen some of these videos pop up either in your recommended or you've searched for them, depending on who you are. They go by the names of everything reviewed or ranked in less than 10 seconds or whatnot. Basically, trying to review a bunch of things in a franchise, whether it be a TV show or a movie or a game or music, whatever. They try to review them in the shortest amount of time possible. Yeah, this video is no different, really. I just figured I wanted to do something about this, but I didn't want to do a tier list as I thought that would be a bit too generic, and I wouldn't have as much time to prepare, I guess. But yeah, this one is obviously going to be focused on a TV show, and I figured I should do this for one of my favorite cartoons and just shows of all time. You already know what it is, but that is, yep, Danny Phantom. Now, I'm not going to go into some whole spiel about what Danny Phantom is, how it started on Nicktoons or whatever, giving a basic rundown. Basically, all I'm going to say is I really like this show. It has a lot of sentimental value to me, and listen, it's not perfect by any means, and I mean, it gets picked apart by a lot of people for certain aspects of it, but I just really like this show. Okay, it's a really fun show to just kick back and watch, and there is a lot of really fun, not just fun stuff, but there is a lot of stuff the show does pretty well. And yeah, I wouldn't even really say it's a nostalgia thing. When it comes to the show itself, I don't even really have that many nostalgic memories with it. All I really had with Danny Phantom was just that he was a playable character in the Nicktoons Unite games, and I played those a lot when I was a kid. But when it came to the show, I did watch it when I was a kid, but I didn't really have very many memories of it. But then in 2021, I got the complete series set of the show, and I started watching it for real this time. And just recently, I watched every episode of the show, and yeah, my opinion has just grown more and more fond of it. Yeah, so not really much else to say there other than, yeah, I figured, how about we just do a mini review of each episode in not in 10 words or less or 10 seconds or whatnot or like that. Just every episode of Danny Phantom reviewed in 1 sentence or less. So yeah, let's just get right into that. Starting with fun episode to start off the series. Not much else really to say. Shallow little wench! Stalker is honestly my favorite Danny Phantom villain, and this was a pretty great introduction to him. Not gonna lie, when I first heard Tetanus's voice, I legit thought it was Gilbert Gottfried who voiced him. Rest in peace, by the way. Poindexter is pretty cool. Desiree is great, and it's nice to see Tucker get some actual character development. That scene where Vlad talks about years of experience and blasts the shit out of Danny is awesome. Great introduction to Walker. The episode that solidifies Jazz as being more than just the overprotective older sister stereotype. This kicks off the Valerie arc, which is probably one of the best arcs in the whole series. The song Remember Me, don't quote me on the name, slaps just as hard as the episode it comes from. I'm a sucker for video game episodes, and it's no different with this one. Nothing really to say other than Johnny 13 is cool and it had a decent message. One of the best episodes from Season 1 without question. It had great development for Danny, and it's just an awesome episode. Enough said. One of the more forgettable episodes of Season 1. The episode that solidifies Maddie as being more than just the overprotective mom stereotype. Take what I said about Fright Night, but it's a little bit better. Good message, and the stuff with the babysitting flower patch is pretty funny. The episode that solidifies Jet as being more than just the idiot dad stereotype. Also to introduce the guys in white, so points for that. It sucks that we never got more of Freak Show, because his episodes went pretty hard. Was going into this expecting some alternate reality type deal, but what I got was still pretty solid. Kinda underrated. I really liked the jokes in this one, and it was cool to see Tucker get the spotlight for once. A better Jimmy Neutron movie than the actual Jimmy Neutron movie. The first double-length episode, and oh my lord did it leave a great first impression. It was cool, I guess. Jazz got some nice character development in here. Fantastic message, great use of the butterfly effect, and one of my favorite episodes without a doubt. I came out of this episode with more than I thought I would. Great little Christmas episode. Vlad injecting nanobots in the Jazz and forcing her to fight Danny otherwise she dies is pretty fucking dark for this series. And they say Danny and Sam's relationship had no build up to it. Another one I wasn't expecting to like that much but ended up actually really enjoying. I really don't see where people are coming from when they say the message of this episode was sexist. One of my least favorite episodes of the series, and I really don't see why this episode doesn't get as much flack as some other ones. Nothing to say other than it slapped. Why must the double-length episodes have to be so fucking good? It was cute seeing Danny actually get jealous. Denny is still one of the coolest characters in the show. The last episode Steve Marmel worked on, and it was pretty good. I like the political humor in this one. I have a hard-on for multi-dimensional time travel episodes, and this one just adds on to that. It was really cool seeing Sam, Jazz, and Maddie team up in this one. Also, the stalker girlfriend joke was golden. I forgot all about this episode after I got done watching it. A better Most Wanted wish than the actual Most Wanted wish. Absolute banger. Undergrowth wasn't an amazing villain, but the action was sweet, and it's just a really fun episode. This episode wasn't half as bad as I was expecting. Yes, Danny acted out of character, but that was the point. He let the money get to his head, and he lost his sense of self. He gets called out for it and learns from it. Sorry for the long run-on sentence there, I just had to fucking say that. It's cool to see the bots ghost actually be a threat for a change. It's been a bit since I've seen it, but I really enjoyed the dream stuff, and it helps develop Danny and Sam's relationship pretty nicely. Love the horror movie vibes this one gives off. It sucks we're probably never going to see a conclusion to the Danny and Valerie arcs, but boy did they go out with a bang with this one. One of the most overhated TV show finales of all time. It didn't tie together every loose end, not that it had to, but it's not that bad. It ended the series on a pretty good note, actually. Woo! Alright, 49 episodes of Danny Phantom, all reviewed in one sentence or less. So anyways, to cap off this video, we are going to give a short summary of how I feel about each season in general, and not less than one sentence, because I feel like that wouldn't be enough. Season 1 is a pretty great introduction to Danny Phantom. Now, this seems to be like the fan favorite season, seemingly, but I don't think it's quite the best season. I mean, yeah, it definitely has the most episodes, and by default, it kind of has a lot of really good ones in comparison to the other two, but I just think like some of the other seasons have some better episodes here and there, but yeah, not gonna lie, season 1 has a lot of pretty solid episodes. So highlights of this episode, or highlights of this season, are definitely Public Enemies. It's definitely one that I'd say I really enjoyed. Bitter Reunions, My Brother's Keeper, Fan in the Flames, okay, what are some other ones? Shades of Grey, that's another one that I really enjoyed, and, yeah, that's about it. Oh yeah, Maternal Instinct and Teacher of the Year. I think those are some ones that I would say are pretty good highlights. Season 2 is by far my favorite season of Danny Phantom. Now, yeah, I know some of the, it was definitely a shorter season, but, hey, I just think, like, the reason why it's probably my favorite season is just all 3 of my top 3 favorite episodes of Danny Phantom are all in this season. The Ultimate Enemy, Rainstorm, and Reality Trip are all in this season. And, I mean, again, like, most of the episodes in here are pretty fucking good. Doctor's Disorders, The Fright Before Christmas, Secret Weapons, Flirting with Disaster, Beauty Mart, Masters of All Time, Double Cross My Heart, Kindred Spirits. All these are really good ones. And even some of the ones I didn't mention I thought were pretty good. Were pretty great, actually. The only episode I actually don't like in this one is Teen Tuck. And you probably assumed from the, segment where we talked about Teen Tuck, you probably think I hate that episode, but no, it's not that, it's just, it's so fucking boring compared to the other episodes, and, like, I don't see why Living Large and Phantom Planet are the most hated ones, but this one gets, like, practically no flat compared to the other ones, but, yeah, other than that, Season 2 is my favorite season. I actually really liked Season 3, you probably already guessed that by my segments, talk about each episode from there, but Yeah, this is, like, by far the most hated season of Danny Phantom. Like, you'd think it would, like, fucking cause the Holocaust or whatnot if you hear how many fans talk trash about this season, but yeah, now that I've seen every episode, I'm just even more stagnant or even more solidified on my decision or my opinion that this season really is not that fucking bad. Like, yeah, I do think it is a little bit weaker than the first two, but it's more like a slight tumble as opposed to a nosedive off a cliff, like you'd probably guess from what people have said. Danny and Sam's relationship really did not feel forced. It was very well built up across the seasons. The only thing that I really didn't like about this season was that retcon where, like, ghosts are monsters from another dimension other than humans who died, which I can't fucking defend that. That's pretty fucking stupid. Really does remove a bit of the nuance of Danny Phantom, but still, like, this season had a lot of really good episodes in it, despite it only having 13. Infinite Realms, Forever Phantom, Urban Jungle, Frightmare, Claw of the Wild, Destabilized, all these are pretty great, and Botched Up Fury and Living Large, I like both of these episodes, even though they're some of the more hated ones. Phantom Planet I liked. Girls Night Out I thought was a pretty fun episode. Eye for an Eye was a great way to kick off the season. Just, Season 3 really does not deserve the hate that it gets. I understand it if you don't like it, and again, like, it's not that people have a different opinion than me that I wanted to talk about here. It's just, again, I think Season 3 is by far one of the most overhated seasons of any show out there. It's really not as bad as people make it out to be, is what I'm getting at. Anyways, that's going to do it for this video. Hope everyone enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun making this video. Danny Phantom, again, is one of my favorite Nicktoons and cartoons of all time. Yeah, probably like top 4 favorite Nicktoons, maybe even top 3 now, to be honest. And yeah, just the Ghost Boy fucking rots. Anyways, see everyone in the next video.